Hey everybody, this is Dave from Team Powerhouse with Eric. We're here live at the PowerCast. Very excited to have you here today. I'm in Florida. I'm bringing my son to school. Eric's in the studio with a very special guest today. We got Coach Drust from the Cheshire football team. We got Dylan Vazquez and Cole Modeen. Very excited to have you guys here today with us and to talk about Cheshire football in general, Cheshire as a town, and a lot of exciting things to share with you today. So thank you for joining us. Make sure if you're not following us yet, you want to get on our YouTube station, please go to Team Powerhouse Real Estate. Hit subscribe. By subscribing, you'll now know more about our podcasts, our videos, and what's coming out of real estate, and very exciting pieces of information, such as what's going on in the world of football. Eric, take it away, buddy.
Hello, everybody. Coach,
Yes,
welcome.
Sir. Thanks for having me.
Super glad to have you. And on short notice, on top of that, it's truly appreciated. So Dave had some really good questions that he had wanted to ask you about your coaching start and everything. Dave?
So, Coach, let's get to know you a little bit from an aspect of not only being a coach. How long have you been coaching for?
I got into coaching in 2004 up in Massachusetts. Started coaching, volunteering my time, just trying to be in it, volunteering my time, coaching high school football up there, and never really got out of it. I had a really, really good friend, a gentleman named Pat Graham, who to this day I argue is one of the best defensive coaches that I've ever stepped foot in a room with. And he pulled me in, put me under his wing, and taught me a lot of things, good, bad, ugly, all the stuff that you got to understand. And he's the one that got my start, so I appreciate him doing that. And then at one point it morphed into my wife, what would end up being my wife and I moving back down this way and volunteering to try to help the program that I had moved to. And I guess they say the rest is history.
That's fantastic. So you're 10 years with the Cheshire High School program, correct?
As the head coach, yep. I came back and volunteered for several years prior to that, and was part of the program starting in 09, going into the 09 season.
That's fantastic. With 10 years under your belt, you've got a lot of experience with working with kids just in the Cheshire school system alone. And we know in every town there's lots of different things that happen. You're not only raising a kid, you're teaching them all the do's and don'ts. And it's a great thing to have a great coach behind these kids because it really gives them a good mindset in life. And I think that makes a very high compliment to you as a coach and what you bring to the program over here. We got over here with us two young men who are now seniors, I believe, this year. We have Dylan Vazquez and Cole Modeen. Thank you guys for being here today. How are you guys doing?
We're doing great.
Yep, fantastic. Yeah, so full disclosure, the one on the left with the long hair is mine. Just in case anybody questions, if there's any
so that's how he squeezed onto the show.
Yeah, that's how we got on. That's how we got on set. Yes.
I think I've given Dylan enough credit because a guy can kick a ball farther than most kids who are above his age, and he's got one hell of a foot on him and a big future ahead of him in that football career.
He's improved, that's for sure.
But that's actually more of a coach type question instead of us talking about him if we know personally. Coach, what about Dylan Vazquez? What does he bring to the team, actually? Let's put him on the spot right there.
Jokes.
At the end of the day, for me, the biggest aspect for him, and we ask this of all of our guys, is just to be tremendous human beings. Be the best person you can possibly be to represent this program in everything that you do. If you check all of those boxes and do all the right things prior, you're walking the streets wearing that Cheshire football shirt, representing the right way, helping people, being a tremendous person. You're doing all of the right things. The field takes care of itself eventually if you're doing all those things. And Dylan is one of those guys who does everything the right way. He's a guy you want wearing that T-shirt in every town he walks into because he'll wear it proud. He'll walk around and tell people, yes, I'm a Cheshire football player. And those are the type of guys we want in this program. Those are the types of guys that do it the right way and represent everything that's great about Cheshire football.
Well, I'll tell you, Coach, there are some towns that he wears that T-shirt more prominently than others. He likes to show it off, believe me.
I love it. Wear it everywhere.
And you got Cole sitting right next to him with them playing ball together for how long now? Cole, how long have you played football with Dylan for?
I've actually only played since my freshman year. I've always wanted to play. I was a big baseball guy. I really always wanted to play football, and the schedule never really allowed me to until I got to the high school.
I think what happened, Cole, is they saw you on the field and they said, okay, he's not playing baseball anymore. We're going to take him somehow, some way, and that's what happened. That's just a guess.
Something like that.
Yeah. So, Coach, you're a guy from Cheshire, and you bring a lot to the table. Let's just talk about Cheshire as a whole, first of all. Great town, small town, great place to live. And one of the things I can tell you in my experience, and Eric's experience, is that, we do a lot of work in Cheshire. And real estate over here in Cheshire is a very, very hot commodity. You got a great school system. You got a lot of great school systems that they play against also that are very, very competitive. And one of the things about sports as a whole and parents who have kids, and Eric, help me out with this one over here, is you definitely have parents asking us about where should we send where can we live, want to be able to bring our kids into a good program for sports. Eric.
Yeah, it's dicey because we're really not allowed to talk about school systems. But I have had some conversations with folks that were asking about where if their son was playing football, what were some of the better programs, but specifically football, not academic type stuff. Even though Cheshire, I mean, that's to be honest, that's why we moved to Cheshire from New York. The Cheshire school system was A+ for us. And it was the single largest mitigating factor for us deciding on Cheshire.
Absolutely. Cheshire brings a lot to again, there's a lot of great towns around us. We do a lot of work between Southington and Madison and the Shoreline. We bring it to North Haven and Wallingford and Prospect and Woolkit, all these other towns that have great programs that, again, Coach probably is very familiar with and very competitive with, which makes things more exciting. Again, going back to the real estate thing for a second is the market right now is crazy. So as a parent, you're looking to find a school system, a program, something about what is good for you and your families. It's good to know about the sports programs for your kids and, for the kids to have a good time and get to be social and everything else.
Right. Hey, Coach, I got a couple of questions for you.
Shoot.
When you started out, did you start which side of the ball did you primarily work on?
I've been a defensive guy through and through. I mentioned his name earlier, gentleman Pat Graham took me under his wing. I played defense in college. I've coached defense all the way through and through. I've been a defensive guy from day one. I have a passion for it. I embrace it. I love it. I enjoy coaching it. I like the strategic end of it, and I also like the way it can be coached, the style in which it can be coached, which is a ton of energy, ton of passion, and all those things because you get 11 guys running the football with the same intentions and playing really hard together. You can do a lot of great things on that side of the football. And I just always had a passion for it and loved it. And I've stuck to that.
Amen.
Amen. Coach, let me ask you a question. How many guys in your roster?
We're about 100 guys right now, start top to bottom from freshmen through seniors, which is a really good number. We got a lot of guys in that room that, care genuinely about each other, and it's a big family in that room, and it's awesome. It's awesome to see, and we're really fortunate to have that many guys in there.
How many of them are seniors?
We're 23 seniors right now. We have 23 guys that are in there that are leaders of that room and do a tremendous job of being the mature voice in there a lot of times. That's not to say we don't have mature guys in other grades, but that senior class has been through it. They've been around it. They've seen it. They understand me. They know the coaches, they understand the other coaches, and they know what it takes to be successful in that room. So it's awesome when you have 23 seniors that understand that. It's a really strong thing to have.
Is that a good number? Is that like an average number of seniors?
I would say it's a really good number. Anywhere, you want to be over 20 seniors would be the goal because that means you got a lot of guys that stuck with it from start to finish. If you can sit in that room and look at 20 plus guys, it's not to say, that you can't be successful with less, but again, you go back to, you have guys, you have a very loud voice in that room of 23 men that understand who we are and what we are and understand what our program's about. And that takes care of a lot of things, but on its own, just because they can truly get it, they understand the expectations, and makes our jobs as coaches so much easier.
Dave?
Yeah, I played football. Eric, you played a lot of football, more than I did probably in high school. And I'll tell you that one of the most important things is your coach. Your coach is your leader. Your coach is he's your everything. He's your parent. He's your father. He's your mother. He's your brother. He's your religious focus in life. He's the kind of person you walk through coals to and for, and everything that you believe. When you have a coach you believe in and trust, that's everything. And Coach Drust over here with the Cheshire High School football team, 10 years. That brings a lot to the table, because how often these coaches in other towns and in different kind of sports areas, they don't last very long. So that's a big compliment to Coach Drust over here and what he's bringing to the table. So and then with the seniors, of course, being 23 seniors, I don't know. You mentioned that's an average 2025. That sounds high to me. I don't know that every team has that many seniors coming in. I think that it's very common to have less. Coach, what do you think? Am I wrong?
Yeah, my experiences are really, two sides of it. I've been up in Mass doing it up there and here, and I guess when you make a commitment to making sure you do your best, you do everything in your power to retain as many guys as possible in the program, because you understand how important it is. You understand how important the game is. You believe in the foundation and the things that the program brings, and the opportunities that it creates. When you make an emphasis on that, and guys understand that, guys know that you want them to see it through. You want them to be here for 4 years with you, working with you, getting to know you. I think that when you put a focus to something, that's kind of the way it is. I can't speak to any other programs in the state. I don't know. I guess I could check rosters, but it's something we talk about as a staff. We want to retain and keep guys in the program because, one, it's good for the program, it's good for football. But on the other side of that, it's good for lifetime. It's good for friendships. It's good for relationships. It's good for things like that. So there's just so many aspects of it that it really brings a lot of good things to people's lives by being able to do that and keep these guys around this program, and keep them in football. Forget about just Cheshire, but football. Football is such an important thing. So it's important to us, and that's what we try to emphasize. That seeing things through. You're going to start something. We're going to finish this thing together, and we're going to all be in it together. So I think that speaks to our group of guys.
Well, I can tell you, Coach, from being on the practice field for a couple of years with some of these kids, I know you used to walk the CJF fields, and your presence. A lot of the kids, they looked forward to playing for you. They really did. From 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, it was like a culmination of their football goal was to play for you in the Rams. It really was.
Well, I appreciate hearing that, and listen, I think that I'm surrounded by some tremendous people, and I'm surrounded by some tremendous coaches and administrators, and just so many different layers of this thing that there's so many pieces to the puzzle that get a football program, off the ground and keep it going. You look at it right now, you talk about CJF, you talk about Cheshire Junior Football, there's 135, 140 families involved down there. There's another 100 families involved here with the high school program. You're talking over 240 families involved. Multiply that by their parents and their other families that are involved in this thing. We can have such a major impact on this community and on this town in a positive way. And that's something we talk about. We talk about representing that T-shirt that you put on, that hat that you put on every single day. There's not many other things that happen in town, whether sports or non-sports related, where you're talking 300, 400, 500 people involved in something, all pulling the same way, which is, I think the power of that is absolutely tremendous and amazing.
Yeah, I remember we were doing it was some sort of a program for CJF, and you were there and you spoke to the boys afterward, and we were at the 50 on the C, and you talked about the population of the town and how many of them represent the population of the town, and how just that small minutia of boys, they're the only ones that had, the gumption and the fortitude to play this sport and represent this town. And it was fulfilling, because I know there was a bunch of kids who left there who were ready to run through a wall for you. And they were only like in the 4th grade, 5th grade.
Eric, you know what? Let's just go, speaking of the kids, let's go to Cole for a minute. We haven't heard Cole say too much yet. Cole, you're playing with the Coach Drust. As a player, I'm putting you on the spot over here, and I know you're not prepared to talk live to about 10,000 people, but what I'm going to tell you is it's important for other people to hear as a player what it means to play for Coach Drust and what football means to you.
Well, it means a lot. He's a great leader, someone who motivates you to show up on time every day. And I think a coach that motivates you to not just show up on time during football practice, but to lifting in the winters and to running in the summers, it means a lot. And by only starting my freshman year, I had a long way to go. So football means a lot to me, and my journey, coming from someone who really didn't know football aside from throwing in the backyard to someone who, might make an impact on Friday nights, it means a lot to me.
Coach, talk to me about the calendars and the RAM cards. How can folks get these and help support the program?
So we get out the calendars is a big part of what we do. We put a calendar out. We've been doing it for a really long time. It's become a tradition here at Cheshire. The big part is it puts the team's picture up on it, puts these seniors up on that calendar with our schedule. Local businesses support us tremendously. The community is absolutely unbelievable. The support that we get, they're represented on the calendar. Some of those local businesses. We get out, we sell those things. It's a fundraiser for us. We're trying to get some money put together to make sure we can provide these young men with the best things that we possibly can. The reality is, there's things that you need that you got to do a little extra to get. And I'm a believer in creating an experience, providing these guys with an experience, providing them something that they'll look back in 10, 20, 30 years that they'll never forget. In order to do that, you got to kind of raise some money. You got to hit the pavement and put some work in to be able to provide those. And the calendars are one of them. It's awesome. All the players' faces are on there. One opportunity to get to know them. The gold card that we sell, the RAM card that we sell, is an opportunity for people to support us. It's another fundraiser. It gives people an opportunity to go out, maybe get some discounts at some local businesses. I'm not going to speak to specific ones because I don't want to misspeak, but there's some good stuff on there. Discounts at restaurants, discounts at some places, local places. Getting out and supporting some local businesses with those as well. So, and this year more than ever, with last year without us being able to get out there and do it. This year more than ever, we got to really get after it and really try to raise some money to make sure that we can provide these seniors with everything they deserve. And we're off and running with it. And I'm excited about it. It's sometimes it's not the funnest thing in the world, but the benefit of doing it and everything that happens on the back end when you do put in the time, the effort, and energy to it, it provides an awesome experience. It provides some things that some other programs just don't have the ability to do. So it's really important for us to get out there and do that.
Let me ask a quick question to Dylan. I want to bring that question back to Dylan. Dylan, playing for Coach, you've been with him for a couple of years now. You've been through the program. What does it mean to you, Dylan, to work and play for? And I say work, you're really working for him because at the end of the day, it's heart, blood, sweat, and tears. What does it mean to be a part of this team with Coach Drust?
It means everything because for the longest time in most of my life, football's been everything. It's been there, through bad times and good times. And to play for Coach Drust, to me personally, he has been just a great person because he's given me chances multiple times on stuff he shouldn't. He's just helped me out in some big ways, like helping me with schoolwork and trying to get me on the field. And that's about it.
That's awesome, Coach. That's just a compliment again to you as a coach, as a person. These guys, when they're playing for you, you're more than just a coach. And every good coach is a mentor. He's a parent. He's a brother. He is somebody that when they go to bed at night, they're thinking about him. They wake up in the morning, think about him. And that's what you bring to the table as a coach of this Cheshire squad. And just major compliments to you. And thank you for what you do to the Cheshire program. Eric's been a big follower of Cheshire football all through. He knows you very well. You grew up in this business, and it's been in your blood, sweat, and tears, and it shows every day to these guys in the field.
I appreciate that, and we just try to keep our head down and keep working as hard as we can. And I'm a big experience guy. You learn from the challenges and the bumps that you have as you move through. And certainly not a perfect human, don't claim to be, but I also believe that I have some experiences that have helped me become the person that I am. My parents for one, and football is another huge aspect of that. And now as you move through, my wife and my kids and all those things, and if you can give a little bit of those experiences to a positive to help these kids grow and become better young men and move forward and be successful in life, I think that should be the goal. And I'm just fortunate to be around it. I'm fortunate to be around two guys like Squez and like Cole, and it's just an awesome thing for me. And I learn just as much from them every day as they probably do from me. But it's great. It's a great opportunity for me and my family, and it's great. I'm in a great community, so I enjoy it, embrace it, and love doing it.
I love the emphasis on the on making the men as much as it is about the football. Coach, I know you have another obligation. Good luck with that. Selfishly, I got to share with you, I can't wait to get back on the sticks.
I love it. I can't wait to see you over there.
Man, I just wish I could send you plays from that side of the field. No, I'm just kidding.
Pull that chain tight for me when we're on defense, all right?
Sure thing. So listen, I know you have an obligation. You got to run to the field there. So appreciated a bunch for you coming on here. Appreciate what you do for these boys, turning them into the men that we all can be proud of. Not just good football players, but good men. Appreciate that.
Thank you so much for having me on. I appreciate you guys having me.
And anybody out there who's watching and listening, again, if you're a parent and you're looking to get your child involved in something, sports is a great place to be. Good coaching. You want to get to know those coaches very well. They're become a part of your kids' lives. They're mentors. They're people that are going to help your kids succeed in things in life, not just football, grades, personal life, and everything else. Eric, let's quickly talk a little real estate as we have been doing for the last few weeks. The market's kind of crazy, huh?
Yeah. It continues on. It's got a different feel to it, but it's still crazy.
It's definitely interesting coming into August right now. It's almost like, it's the weirdest time of the year where people are on vacations, their kids are going to school. Here I'm in Florida, bringing my kid to college as a freshman. If you have a kid that's going to college as a freshman, my heart goes out to you. I'm going to tell you because it's going to be an emotional week for me personally over here. It's wild and crazy, but at the same time, the market is still hot. You have a little bit of a lull kind of in this element. September is going to open up at a bang. I know what's going to happen is you're going to have a tremendous amount of homes come to the market in September. I'm going to mark my words right there. I know personally there's some homes come in the market. And for anybody who's buying a property right now and getting frustrated, don't be frustrated. It's going to get better. Homes are starting to come on the market more and more. And you're going to see a lot more excitement come on this year. This year is going to change a little bit. As a seller, if you're looking to sell your house, don't be nervous. You haven't lost the market yet. It's definitely possible it's going to change a little bit, right? There's going to be more inventory in the market, be less inventory in the market. The people that go to sell today, between September and January, those are the most serious sellers on the market always. Why is that? These guys don't necessarily want to sell, they have to sell, right? So know as a buyer that those people come in the market from September, those are very serious sellers. They weren't testing the market out. They're putting the house in the market to sell that property. And Eric, how many buyers do you have, let's say, you're working with right now?
Probably about a half a dozen.
Looking for properties, right? Getting excited, getting stressed out, getting frustrated. I can tell you that at least a half a dozen, I would say roughly between 8 and 10 people that have been sitting there waiting. I have got clients who were so nervous about putting their house in the market because they don't see inventory out there. Guys, if you're not ready yet, get your homes ready to sell because you're going to miss the market. You definitely want to get your houses ready. There's a lot of ways to do things. Call your real estate professional that you believe and trust, whether it's us, which we'd love to work for you, or it's somebody you know, friend or family. Start getting someone in your house, getting people in there. Make sure that you're getting your house painted, cleaned. Have them walk around a house with you to make sure that it's ready. If you got furniture in your house that's old and you're not planning on keeping, get rid of it. No one wants to see old, quote unquote, and forgive me for saying this, ugly furniture in a house. It takes away from the home. Make it look fresh, make it look clean, and get it ready to sell. We're here with you live every week. We love working for you, love being here for you. We're going to have lots of kind of conversation and talk during this upcoming year. Coaches, businesses, buyers, sellers. We have next week. Eric, who are coming on next week? Any ideas? Is a teaser a little bit? We have any ideas we're going to come on next week?
Well, we do. I don't want to put it out there yet because it's subject to change with this person's schedule. So okay. I don't want to commit to it yet. But if it's solidified by like Tuesday or Wednesday, by Friday,
Yep.
then you'll see it. You'll see it publicized. We'll advertise who the heck who's going to be on.
Eric's going to send me whoever it is, and I'm going to post it on our social media, and you can get a sneak preview and find out if you follow us on all our social medias.
So let's talk
Instagram.
about. Yep.
Instagram. Yeah, go ahead, Dave. You got this.
No, I'm so sorry, Jonathan. Let's just talk about that again, guys. We appreciate you following us. Number one, and by the way, Dylan and Cole, we're asking you to make sure your friends and those families are watching us as well. So we'd like to have you guys follow us on Instagram, Team Powerhouse Real Estate. Am I right?
One word.
More importantly, TikTok. No,
At Team
The
Powerhouse.
TikTok page is next. Team Powerhouse sells on TikTok. Cole,
I don't see. Did you see the grin on these guys' face when I said
Yeah, your
TikTok?
dad-
They're
your
like,
dad-
you can't ask me to download TikTok, dude.
Your dad told me how much you loved TikTok.
No, I want to see
All
it.
right.
I want to see it.
Listen,
He does all the dances.
It's important to download a TikTok. It's important to Instagram. Go to our YouTube channel, Team Powerhouse Real Estate. Hit subscribe. Gentlemen, thank you for being on the show today. Please get it out there to your friends, your families, your coaches, people you know. Because here's the thing is, right now these guys are 17, 18 years old, okay? This is the future of buyers and sellers in America. And by you guys having a chance to learn more about real estate today. Now, Dylan, you've got an edge. You've been watching your dad for the last 5 years, 6 years in the business, killing it. You probably know more about real estate than most kids your age. And that's a compliment to you. Cole, you and your friends, you want to be able to chance to make a lot of money in life and you want to be very successful. Today is a chance for you and your teammates and friends to start learning about how to invest, what real estate's all about, how to build credit. Our podcast talk about you as a buyer or a seller, how to be very successful in this business. And we love working for you and talking about this with you every week. Please, if you have any questions for us, never hesitate to reach out. Reach out to us. You can call us. You can text us. More importantly, hit us up on social media, right?
Well, I'm sure these guys are going to share some of the social media aspects of it because they're minor celebrities after today. No.
I would definitely say so. Ladies, I'm sure they'd love to give you out their phone numbers, but we
there
can't
you
do
go.
that for legal reasons. We can't do that.
This is not the Team Powerhouse dating show.
Right.
Thank
But
you,
if you have
Jonathan.
interest in any of these boys, I'm sure that we can get in touch with them for you as well. Jonathan,
David,
the wheel of the tumbler wheel, the spinner wheel,
I was just going to ask, what happens to the people who subscribe? They get
Eric has a gorgeous tumbler, a Team Powerhouse tumbler. Every week, someone wins. Last week, Kylie was our lucky winner, and actually need to still get that tumbler too. And I apologize. When you win your tumbler, guys, and we send it to you, we ask that you take a picture of that tumbler, post it, tag us in it. We'd be grateful. Wherever you go, bring your tumbler with you. Snap a photo, post it. That would be amazing. It'd be very exciting, and we'd appreciate it very much. My buddy Brad over there at Platinum Realty in Pennsylvania does this, and it's phenomenal. I love what he does with his tumblers, etc. All right, who's going to be the winner this week? Let's set it up.
So look at all these names of people who subscribe to us. This could be you. This could be you. But right now we're going to click spin. And it is a little louder for the people in the room because we're hooked up to a different system.
Joey Carbone.
Joey Carbone.
Nice. Congratulations, Joey.
Nice job, Joey. You are our big winner today. So we'll be in contact with you.
Excellent. And by the way, I'm not sure if you can see because I can't see. Is Joey Carbone reached out through Instagram, YouTube, TikTok? Any idea?
I don't know. I think he's one of our TikTok subscribers, but I can double check.
All right, Joe. We're going to be in touch with you. We're going to get you out that beautiful tumbler. And thank you so much, everybody, for watching us live over here. The Team PowerCast by Team Powerhouse Real Estate.
PowerCast with Team Powerhouse.
Dave, you gotta know the tagline, man.
Yeah, man.
Thank you so much, guys. Have a wonderful week, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Everyone, see you next week.